What up, y'all? So we are getting closer to season 2 of Interview with the Vampire, and there's been a couple little small new developments I wanted to go through. They released a new video that went over the rules of the Coven, and also there was an article that spoke about how there might be some changes in season 2 of Interview with the Vampire. So first, let's get into the article. I think the article is pretty interesting. Let me pull it up here. All right, so this article is basically talking about how Sam Reid, the character who plays Lestat, had an interview with SFX magazine, and he talked about some of the cool twists that may be taking place in season 2. During a recent interview with SFX magazine, Reid confirmed that Interview with the Vampire season 2 will feature a really freaking cool twist, which wasn't included in the original source material. He admitted that this book change initially bothered him, but later on realized that it's definitely on par with the Vampire Chronicles' unpredictability. There's a really freaking cool twist in this season that's not in the books that I struggle with because I was like, this is different, I'm not sure, Reid said, but actually you can justify it because when you look at the books and look at the way that they come out and what happens in subsequent books after season 1, there is a level of an unreliable element. You don't always have to know the truth because Anne Rice never really tells you the truth. She likes to change it up a bit. He also said, besides the twist, you need to look forward to there's going to be changes in season 2. It's not going to follow the novel, which you guys should kind of already expect because season 1 didn't follow the novel step by step. Like, there was some really cool twists in it too. But he's pretty much stating, like, as their world expands to Paris, you should expect some changes. But that the series will stay true to the soul of the book. He also stated there are enough to keep fans of the book series interested and excited about what is happening and enough teasers to the expanded universe that exists within Anne Rice books. I love this. I love this. This particular thing is so important when he says the expanded universe because that means we could be getting little hints to the story of Armand. We could be getting hints to the story of Akasha or Marius or a whole bunch of other people from the books. He also states what I think is going to be exciting for people to see is that this season really breaks open. It sort of was like a domestic drama between 3 vampires in the first season, and now we're meeting a lot more vampires and the world begins to expand. You know, that's a pretty interesting take because who knows what to make of it. I think that's the good thing about Interview with the Vampire, Game of Thrones, or even Marvel. No matter how well you think you know the source material, they can always change things. It never follows it one by one. Now, that can be upsetting to book readers, or it could be exciting. I would just try to go into each series with an open mind because these showrunners are going to make changes. It's inevitable. And, you know, I can't even really speculate on what the changes could be. I do have a theory. I don't know if they're going to go that route. So now we're going to enter spoiler territory. So if you don't want to know spoilers, exit this video. Could they possibly decide to get rid of Lestat? You know, because he said whatever this change is didn't make him feel good inside. He didn't really like it. So we know what's going to happen to Claudia. We know what's going to happen to the woman attached to Claudia. Are they also going to tie Lestat up into this? Who knows? But yo, let's check out the trailer for the rules of the Coven.
The laws of the vampire. Each coven must have its leader.
All right, so rule number 1, each coven must have its leader. So this is pretty interesting because I wonder if it's feeding into, you know, this is the only coven available, or are there multiple covens out in the world now? So is he pretty much setting the stage like, yo, not only are these the rules here, these are the rules everywhere. Each coven must have its leader. And we know that Armand is the leader of this coven. Or is he?
The dark gifts must never be given to children.
All right, rule number 2. The dark gift must never be given to children. So we all know, well, everyone who's read the book or people who watched the original movie of Interview with the Vampire, there's a big rule. Don't change kids into vampires, right? So now we all know that Claudia is essentially a kid vampire. And you know what? It's kind of sad because Claudia, based off the previous trailers that we're seeing, is so excited about being a part of this coven. Like, she thinks she's found her family. She thinks she's with others like her. And little does she know, they're planning to get rid of you, my good sis.
And in direct violation of the great law,
No vampire may ever destroy another vampire.
All right, so this rule I never understood. So rule number 3 is no vampire should ever destroy another vampire. I don't understand that rule because these books and stories, they always getting rid of each other. So, I don't know.
Guilty or not guilty?
Santiago is giving it to the peoples. And you know what? This Santiago is different. Let me show y'all the Santiago from the original movie. Let me find him here. Hey, yo, so this is what Santiago looked like in the original Interview with the Vampire. Let's see who he was played by. So, yeah, he was played by Stephen Rea. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. Yo, his iteration of Santiago in the original Interview with the Vampire movie with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, he was always a little quirky, but he wasn't to be played with. So, to see this new take on Santiago, completely different actor, of course, looks like he has a completely different personality. I'm excited for all the new changes, man. This makes it so refreshing. We're getting new takes on it. We got to see how serious they are about carrying out the rules of this coven. And that goes back to some of the twists and turns that Sam Reid was talking about. It's saying that no child should ever be made into a vampire. Sam Reid, Lestat, you were the one who made Claudia. They also said you should not try to dispose of another vampire. Hey, we got to put that on Claudia. Claudia tried to get rid of Lestat. So is both of them going to be up for trial? And is Louis going to have to come in and save the day? We don't know. I am so excited to see what the twists are. Leave your comments below on what you think some of the changes may be. Will we hear the name Akasha mentioned or Marius? I think we're also going to be able to go back and see how Armand is made. I don't think we're going to get a full season on the Book of Armand. So I think we're going to get flashbacks to kind of give you some insight to the motive of his madness as a character. And also make him sympathetic. You know, you feel a little sorry for Armand because he essentially had a little rough childhood. I ain't going to get into it right now. We'll dig into it if they start covering it in season 2. But yeah, leave your comments below on what you think the new changes and twists will be on season 2 of Interview with the Vampire. Thanks for hanging out with me. Peace.